You think it's gonna fit?
No, not right away.
I didn't think it was gonna fit either, but
That's gonna be close.
we'll see.
Watch out, look up.
Intake said no.
Whoa.
That intake is hitting.
Good, now I think that's hitting.
So it does hit.
Yeah, but it's not far.
You got the tool. Right, watch out.
I don't know if that's it. What is up, everyone? So, last video, we put this on the dyno. We tried to blow it up. If you didn't watch it, go watch it. We put basically 20 PSI into a completely stock KA with a T3304E. It hasn't blown up yet somehow. I don't know, whatever. But as you guys saw, the dyno said it made almost 500 horsepower. And, well, I think we are all a little concerned at the accuracy of that number. Now, you guys have been calling my dyno a high reader for a while. Realistically, we haven't really had a car yet that really like shocked us or seemed inaccurate. Maybe a little forgiving, but never inaccurate. But 487 horsepower, I think the number was, through this 20 PSI seems a tad wrong. So today we are going to bring it down to Kenny's, throw it on a dyno jet and see what it really makes. And while an inertia dyno jet is kind of like the industry like standard, I feel like, when it comes to baseline numbers, so it's a good thing to go off of.
Definitely about 500, possibly 400. Hard to tell. That thing doesn't, like on the current year-old tires and small wheels, it's not like it makes a ton of grip.
Unreal.
You guys know I have a Dynocom DC6000 dyno, and it's kind of known to read a little bit higher, right? There's a few factors that change it up a little bit, right? There's different models, there's different firmwares, there's different settings that we can actually dyno on, and people say they either match up with the dyno jets or they're anywhere from 5 to 18% off from the dyno jets. Potentially a lot. It looks like it fits. And before we head off to the dyno, I just want to give a quick update on Brian's car. The last component we need to get this thing on the dyno was supposed to show up on Thursday. FedEx then moved it to Friday, then FedEx moved it to Monday. It's been an emotional roller coaster the last couple of days. Fuck FedEx. Monday, it's supposed to show up. We're gonna get this thing on the dyno hopefully Monday night, if not Tuesday, and finally get this thing going. We're trying to drift this thing next weekend, so stay excited. Come on.
Yeah. No, honestly, everything's gonna work great.
Everything's gonna be great.
Brian. Exactly.
Me, you idiot, I'm driving.
No.
S2Ks are mean mugging it.
Same thing.
What is that?
Same thing.
S2K, real drive. Same thing.
Kenny!
Hey!
Oh yeah.
Dude, honestly, being like right here feels more at home.
I'm gonna start crying.
So Kenny might blow up, so I bought pig nets. See?
Okay. It's a KA, so they don't have a great track record on this.
Yeah, usually you'll shatter a piston before you throw a rod.
just saying that because we blew up his cage on purpose.
3 of my KAs.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
It was a great time. Nitrous was involved.
Nitrous was involved.
I almost died doing that.
What do you think it's gonna make?
It's gonna blow the ring lens.
Well, okay. Well, yes, inevitably.
Okay.
But what do you think it's gonna make?
400?
See, that's what I thought. I mean, it is a brand new T04E. It's not the most efficient turbo, but it is on the larger side. The KA is a 2.4 liter. It's got a lot of displacement. They're known to make good torque. 400 was my guess too.
Major on E85?
And on ethanol, yeah. My dyno said 490.
490.
That was my face.
Stock internals.
Stock.
Okay. Okay.
So we're about to make a pull and see what it really makes. We're making guesses first. I'm gonna say 415.
420, blaze it.
420.
That's a good number, but 444.
Okay.
443.
See, you always be copying my numbers.
Ah, shit. We're all over the place right now.
Spit it out.
410.
I would be very happy if it's within 5% of my dyno, but I doubt it.
Proven wrong.
Johnny, you might want to stay out of rod territory.
So don't stand there.
Stay straight in front.
Right in front.
Yeah, why not?
What a hit, cut?
That scared the crap out of me. Yeah, I think I loaded up more in your dyno.
What's he doing?
I don't know what the fuck Jimmy did to the damn tune, but
The engine.
no, come on, it's the doobly doo. He's got to type the thing in. I don't know.
Advance the timing.
No, what do you mean? He's got to turn whatever limit off is off on.
They said something with the timing, turn it off. I don't know.
It broke out halfway through. What's the number? 4 flat?
Well, 398.
4 with a breakout mid-run.
So it would have made 444 if it didn't break up.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Oh my God, look at that div. Check this out.
So I win.
No, we're not there yet. That's not a clean pass. Check it out. Ready?
That's a V. Straight.
Look at. We were on our way to make some jam, right? Look at that. No, look at right here is 420 torque. That's a lot of torque.
Nice.
So Kenny was kind of on the money.
Okay, so
but
I mean,
that's torque.
but listen. But torque.
So he's disqualified.
That is sick torque.
That is sick torque.
Especially below 4,000. Like,
That's dangerous. That's so much torque, so low. Okay, that's impressive. It hit that. Something happened, caused us to break up. We lost everything and had to start over, essentially, right? So if this torque would stay right there,
I got it.
If the torque would stay up, the power would have shot up. So I think if we can get it to do a pull without 1 blowing up or 2 breaking up, I think we can get mid-4s. I think we can hit mid-4s. 420 foot-pounds of torque at $4 grand is respectable for a stock KA. So let's try to get this thing to not break up and see if we can break 450. So we didn't break up on my dyno, but we actually gave it a smackdown after we dynoed it. So the plugs would be pretty filthy from, you know, the amount of oil going through the chamber. It's actually not bad at all. Not bad. It's actually not bad. This one's a little wet. They're all pretty consistent though, but the gap was actually pretty big. So if we gap them down, I think we should be good to go.
To the moon.
440, here I come.
444 games. 444.
444.
Ready?
no, 388.
388? Bullshit. All right, interesting. 2 things that was restricting power. 1, stock cams. 2, we have a 2.5-inch exhaust. That's a big one. That's a 2.4. There's a lot of air going through this thing. That's probably a lot of back pressure in that thing right now.
I'll be cracking down on you or some shit, because I'd be dumping that thing right out the turbo.
We tried that, sounded like shit. So,
But for testing purposes.
my dyno...
450 foot-pounds. Dude.
400, that's what I'm saying. Look at
The last time it made 398, it made 420. Now it made 442. Look at that.
right here. Look at 4,200 RPM. This thing made 440 foot-pounds of torque. That is, I don't care if you take away anything from this video, be impressed. That is a lot of torque for an NA engine. These pistons are weak. The rods are known to be somewhat decent. The head gasket usually goes pretty early on, and the ring lands usually pop.
Yeah, the pistons are weak as shit. That's the E85 saving this thing from detonation.
But even now, dude, the cylinder pressures must be insane. So, okay, so my dyno said 500 foot-pounds of torque, right? So torque is like the true measurement, right? That's the actual data you're getting. Power is just the way it applies the torque into the program. Essentially, I guess that's the best way to put it.
It's a way of relating torque to wheel speed.
Exactly, and that's how it is. So really, realistically, when we think about accuracy, we're looking at torque. Mine said just shy, I think mine said 500 foot-pounds of torque. So it's definitely muggier out today, so I'm gonna say that too. Off by 12% with this car. 12%.
Listen, they got to the moon with a toaster oven. 12%, I'll take it.
That's a fact. DJ was going a little too slow. I almost had to spin on him.
That was first gear that time. I fucked up.
Dude, it feels really good though. I mean, I think for now we'll keep the boost down for a little bit, and we should just be able to have fun with the car, smoking or not. Who gives a shit? It's fun to drive. I was fully convinced this thing was already broken, but it just made 450 foot-pounds of torque. 450 foot-pounds of torque on a stock long block at 4,200 RPMs. That is mad. Well, it feels amazing to drive that car again. I was fully convinced a few days ago the motor was hurt, and we just made all of that jam, and it was fine. But I'll tell you what, I definitely have to get used to driving that thing again. I looked like a rookie out there. It's surprising at how much that car actually wants to drive straight. It's pretty impressive. So one disclaimer I have to make is, right, so we're talking power numbers all day. That's all we've been talking about the last two videos is power numbers. Now, when it comes to tuning, that number is somewhat negligible, right? Because when it comes to using a dyno, what the dyno is there for is for the delta, right? The change in which you make from the previous run. So what makes a good dyno is the repeatableness of it, right? That's what I would say. How many times you could do the same stuff and get the same results, because when you change things in the tune and you get different results, you know how to compare it. Well, the horsepower number is more just like a reference, right? So we're able to use it as like baselines to compare other cars, and it is a little difficult in any sense to compare different brands of dynos in terms of numbers. So the Dynocom has been reading high, now doesn't read 15, 18% difference on all cars, probably not. The NA cars, we noticed were pretty freaking spot on. What's been nice about the dyno is it's been extremely repeatable, it's always given us really good data, and well, it's been an amazing tool so far. So either way, that KA is making so much more torque than I can ever imagine it being held together with, and well, it's pretty cool to see. In the meantime, JP's VBL is getting a quick retune on the dyno by Mr. Yami Marsh himself. I'm gonna put the camera down and call it for today. So quick little video, but we got a lot of information today. I know we've all been dying to see the number comparisons. Now will every car and every type of pool in all situations make that much more power than a dyno jet? Probably not, like we talked about before. Like the NA setups tend to be pretty spot on. There's different types of pools I could do in the dyno, and realistically I use that dyno in the most minimal sense possible. There's so many special features to it that I still haven't really unlocked, I guess you consider it, because I really haven't had much time on it if you think about it, because we're always running around doing something. So there's definitely going to be some really dumb comments below, and I expect it. I am just in awe still at the fact of how much power that KA is holding while keeping itself together. It's pretty impressive. So we got a busy week this week. We got to get Brian's car, my mom's car, and the E30 ready to drift this weekend. I couldn't be more excited. So we're gonna be finishing up Brian's swap tomorrow, get on the dyno, and hopefully everything goes perfect. My mom's E3, I got her seats for it, and they were supposed to show up Friday, but they didn't. They're showing up on Monday. And then we're gonna take it to my mom so she can get a couple drifts in before the drift event. And well, I'm gonna shut up. You guys will see the rest of the week. So, damn. Okay. So for now, we're gonna end it. You guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you guys very shortly.